Okay, hello guys. Antonio here. I'm playing a solo game today. I did something very similar yesterday, which is I played as Zack in a scenario against Floppy, the Pyro Horse. And today I want to try something slightly different on how automa behave after they completed their personality. I'm gonna get to that in a moment. So first of all, we set my hero. I'm not gonna read all of the lore stuff. This is for me to go faster, and because I don't really wanna spoil what is in the game for you. Well, you will see a lot of the stuff and you can read it as you want. But yeah, I prefer not to do it, especially when I'm on my own. So this is my information card. This is all a prototype. This stuff is been redone again. So there's the lore. I have this special ability in which I can roll aim twice when I attack if my target is somewhere else. So it's helpful for ranged attacks. And I already have my part token here, which I can use to trigger the walk. So every time I move these, I'm gonna generate 2 steps to move on the map, and I can spend guts to trigger either my active defense, which will block 1 damage from an attack, or my attack with my Kidsling. Some of you already know how all of this works. If you don't, I'm gonna explain a bit. Don't expect a super detailed explanation of everything. So, right, this is 11 HP and 11 maximum HP, and I have 2 farts, which is the currency. These are my free personality cards here, which will trigger lazy practical, creepy romantic, and nature lover violent. Every time I do something with one of these tags, I'm gonna place 1 tag token on top of it. When I have 3, I'm gonna flip it. If I flip this one, I'm gonna ignore this effect. I'm gonna add another one, which we're playtesting. So all of this is quite prototype-ish. Well, you can see that the color of these tokens doesn't even match the one of the cards, as it should. So I'm gonna start in Ridgewick, as mentioned here, and since I'm the only player, it's easy to imagine I will play first here. And let me save the camera here so it's easy to come back there. Right, so we are gonna also set the other heroes we're gonna play with. We're gonna play with automa cards. So let me set this for Isolde on camera 2. Well, I know that she starts on the ship and she will be here. She doesn't use her familia because she's not a real player. It's gonna just, oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Well, the die, we're gonna need the die. I'm just removing her stuff. Is it working? Yeah. Okay, I'm very bad with this stuff. We are gonna use the automa cards, which are here. And this is, so the automa cards, like when heroes play as automa, they do not evolve into a different personality. They start already with that personality. In this case, we have overly practical Isolde, and she will start at the ship and she will have 12 HP. I'm only using the current HP as the maximum HP is already specified on the card. I already saved the camera, yes. Okay, then we're gonna play with Jessica and Clayton. And we're gonna use these automa, so creepy Jessica and overly and what is an idealistic Clayton. I'm gonna remove all the rest of their stuff just to make space. Okay, not I will not do the same mistake again. Right. Okay, I'm getting the automa card as well. Perfect. So I can save this here. Camera free. She's gonna start at the blood tower and has 8 HP. While Clayton is gonna start at Sandposh School, which is here, and has 10 HP. Alright. Since we have 4 heroes, well, I'm gonna lock this here in place and get another camera here so it's easy to check this stuff. So since we are 4 heroes, he's gonna start with 18 HP and we're gonna get the Kabula with the +3. So 18. We're gonna get the Kabula with the +3 mark. So the Kabula counts as any part token once you have it, and it also adds the bonus to any damage or block that you trigger with it. It has floppy a couple of special rules, which is, well, placing fire tokens in each space with a dungeon during setup. And basically the short version of this is that when you enter a space with a fire, you lose 1 HP and the fire is removed. So let me get these cards. The fire tokens. And his miniature. With the miniature. Alright. And the last thing before we start, the board is set for 2 players. We need to set more of these encounter pins. So the way to do it is placing an encounter pin in each of the spaces marked with a number which is equal or lower than the number of heroes we're playing with. We're playing with 4 heroes, but we modified something, so I'm gonna use less pins than marked here. I just have to add 4 of them, and this hasn't been changed on the map yet, but it's one of the next things that needs to be done. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1 missing. It is, well, yeah, let's put it here. No. Alright. So we can start. At the beginning of each round, we get 1 card from the Guardian. Again, I'm not gonna read the thing. Oh, sorry, but I had to place the fire where the dungeons are. Dungeons are anything with this thing. There are 4 in the game. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So, till floppy plays again, heroes can spend any part to remove all fire tokens adjacent to them and place them on their player mat. Heroes with fire can discard it and place it on any adjacent space during their following turns without ending them. So having some fire is always good, so I guess I'm gonna do that. So I'm gonna spend 1 legs to move 2 steps. 1, 2. I'm going to spend 1 guts to remove this fire. and place it on my mat so I can use it later. It means that I can place it on somebody else and remove 1 HP from them. And then I'm gonna trigger this encounter here, which means I can flip the token and get 1 card from the encounter deck. Not gonna read the thing, but something happens and I gain 2 farts, which are always good. And then I can choose if I wanna be creepy or nature lover. Nature lover would get me a beefed up guy who goes to the gym, and creepy would turn me into this handsome man. And my goal was trying the alternative power we are giving to this personality, so I'm definitely gonna go for creepy, although the nature lover one is quite cool. I can get a familiar basically, but that's fine. Let's get creepy. And this gets me 2 guts. When I get new parts, they always go in the used box, which means I cannot use them straight away. This goes at the bottom of the deck of origin. And that's my turn done, as that is an orange action. So we have Isolde. I will need to flip a coin for this. If you notice, these things have, yeah, that is the head, that is the tail, which correspond to the 2 symbols in here, head or tail. These are the head and tail of the isocore, of course. Like, I hope you all know the beautiful isocore. So I'm gonna roll this. And its head. Dungeon probing. Move 4 steps toward a dungeon pin. If you reach 1, get a, that will be hashtag. Flip level 1 to 2 or remove level 2. You will notice that a lot of the graphics is not finished. So she goes to the dungeon. Since there is a fire, the fire is removed. She loses 1 HP. And then she flips this and gets a hashtag here. So I thought of changing the way in which she gets hashtag. I would be happier if she gets hashtag when she delivers kids and just flips this, maybe to recover HP or something like that. And this is to limit the amount of kids she can spawn before stealing the Kabula, because when you have 5 kids before the Kabula is even stolen, is quite annoying. But I haven't changed that yet, so let's play like this for now. But yeah, a lot of this has been streamlined, not by changing rules, but just by moving the effects around in a way that they become a bit less invasive when they are. So Jessica has 3 actions, so we need to roll. Well, we will be flipping 2 coins, but we're gonna do that with these 2 dice. And we did head and tail. So she's gonna eat Townfolk. She will move towards the nearest encounter pin, flip it, heal, which she cannot heal since she already has 8 HP, and get 1 tag. And we have 1 encounter pin here, so it's pretty easy for her. She's gonna get and Clayton only flips 1 coin. Right, and that is tail. We have discuss equality, do nothing, move 3 steps in a random direction. Let's do that, and then let's read the rest. Northwest. Northwest would be here. He cannot do that, so he moves in the first available direction clockwise. So it's this one here. 1, 2. And again, he cannot do the 3rd steps because going up a mountain would be 2 steps. So we'll move here. So if I hadn't removed the fire, it would lose 1 HP as well. And after that, check the HP of each hero. If 2 values differ by 3 or more, Clayton loses 1. Now, I have 11. 11. Jessica's 8, so it's already a difference of 3. So Clayton loses 1 HP and gets 1 hashtag. So when they have 3 hashtags, they're gonna get the Kabula. What I'm changing with respect to last time, so what I'm testing now if it works, is that if when they have 3 hashtags, they're gonna just flip the card and then just go towards the Kabula of, for example, this says 3 steps. So of our fixed amount of steps anyway, and do nothing else but pursue the Kabula after they can do it. Since yesterday, until yesterday I was doing that, they were only doing it while flipping a coin, resulting in them to get more hashtags. But this may possibly, according to random and luck, make them work a bit less efficiently. Is not bad, it works, and they keep powering themselves up, but I think it would make more sense and make the game slightly more challenging if they were pursuing the Kabula a bit more actively. Alright, we finished here, so this was the first round, and now we're gonna get a new card from Floppy. All of Floppy's cards always go first. Now we are changing this icon, we have an Alpha and Omega here position, so I always go in Alpha. Floppy moves 6 steps, this will be 6 spaces, I already have a note about it. In a random direction with 1 fire placed in each space it enters. So 6 spaces, starting northwest. We have all these compasses around the map, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is every time it cannot move more, it turns into the first allow direction clockwise. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And it's my turn again. What was my situation? So as a side note, I can get more tags now that I have 1 here. Anytime I end a turn in the same space as another hero, with my weird crush I gain 1 nausea and push myself. And I get creepy. Is when I end the turn, right? Yeah. Yeah, I will go for the dungeon, so I move 1 step. Apparently I have a weird crush for Clayton. So I'm gonna explore the dungeon. With the dungeon I do not... I'm getting worse and worse at this. Well, I should get a mouse probably. Well, playing like without is not the best. I'm doing level 1. Again, I'm ignoring all the thing. I'm attacked. 3 automatically hit brain. And if I'm alive, I gain 4 fards and I flip the coin. So my defense on brain is a joke, but I can spend guts to only get 2 damages. So I cancel aim, I get 2 damages, and I will get I will get the guts back. So when I'm attacked and I suffer any effect, I can recharge 1 part back. Since I survived, I get other 4 fards. And I flip this token to its number 2 side. Since I'm ending my turn by... well, this ends turn anyway. By exploring a dungeon, and I'm on the same space as another hero, I get another creepy. I get 1 nausea, 1, not 3, so I flip it to the one with only 1 side, and I am pushed, so I push self. Where's the, yeah, compass die. I'm pushed north. Since I'm here, being pushed north means being crushed against the rocks. So I bounce back, I stay in the same space. I will lose 1 HP though. Since I have 1 nausea, I actually lose 2 HP. And since I am losing HP as a result of a push or an attack, I can recharge another token. Yeah, we'll get another lags. And following this tracker, we are at Isolde. It's gonna roll. And it's tail. Spawn a baby warrior on your space, then move 2 steps towards a dungeon pin. She already is on a dungeon pin. Baby warriors have 1 HP and act before Isolde's turn, so it's gonna act the next turn. And they move 2 steps towards target without entering their space and attack up to 2 spaces away with a damage of 2 and roll aim. Since I'm here, I will move these kids closer to me, yeah, without removing the card. So I'm just spawning this kid here. And we all hope he will die in the flames as soon as possible. Right, we have Jessica here, so we can flip these two. It's 2 heads, so she's gonna perform Flesh Crave, move up to 4 steps towards target. Let's see which one is the target. So she's here. We are 1, 2, 3 steps away. Isolde would be 1, 2, 3, 4 to cross the river, 5 steps. So we are definitely the target. And she makes it in 3 steps. So yeah, so she makes it. And attacks 3, roll aim. Jessica heals 1 HP for each HP lost by target, but she's already at full HP. So since we are both heroes, both Clayton and I, then target Jessica chooses is the next one in the tracker after her. So that's gonna be Clayton, which is convenient to me. So it's an attack of 3, roll aim. Hitting in the guts. Oh, but actually he has a bodyguard thing. If there are brains on this card when Clayton is attacked, flip a coin. If tail, erase all effects of the attack and discard the brain. But he doesn't have any brains, so it's just gonna lose 3 HP. So having Jessica on the map, creepy Jessica means having a lot of attacking between heroes, which otherwise is not that common before the Kabula is taken. And same, this overly practical Isolde spawns the baby, so each one of them behaves in a different way. The nature lover Jessica, for example, instead spawns monsters. So instead of consuming encounter pins, she consumes these and they are removed and the monster is placed instead of them. So Jessica did her action, and now we have Clayton doing head. Is it the same again? Yeah, so 3 steps in a random direction. Southeast. So Fist is here. He just moves here because these are 3 steps as there are 3 lines, and that's it. And I guess there still are at least a difference. Like, yeah, I have 7, she has 11. Yeah, so there is inequality in the island. He gets another hashtag. Yeah, only that one. And loses 1 HP. And that's the end of the round. Alright. Alright, so until floppy plays again, heroes can spend any parts to remove all fire tokens adjacent to them, gaining 1 farts for each fire removed. And it's my turn. How many legs do I have available? 2 legs, so I could do... And how much life? 7, but with 1 nausea. I mean, I may well die if I do a level 2 dungeon, but at the same time, it is quite tempting. So I could do 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh no, but I wouldn't manage to get to the other one. Because getting to the other one, I will be closer to the fire. And I could get more money. I have enough money. It's fine. I will just do these level 2 dungeons because I would like to get a decent weapon. Or, I mean, at least some better equipment in case I can sell it if it's not a weapon. So this time I read level 2. I'm attacked by a 4 roll aim. It's kind of pointless for me rolling aim as... I have no real passive defense. Anything is the same. So I will lose 5 here because I will lose 4, but I have 1 nausea. So I have 2 HP. But then I can spend guts or lose 2 HP, and this time I can avoid completely the second bit of the attack. So I survived this dungeon. I remove this pin. And I can get a rare item. And it's a Skidmer of the Gods. Really cool item. I don't have any token to use it. So I need at least a bot. Which monsters here have a bot? I really like this one. And this one would have it too. So this is in my area, the area of the ridge. This is in the bloof. The bloof is where is the blue stuff. And this is one here. Yeah, why not? Okay, anyway, it's not my turn now. It's Isolde. It's gonna do head. Dungeon probing. 4 steps towards a dungeon pin. Is she already there? Yes. Oh, sorry. Well, before she plays, the kid should play. But anyway, we can remove this dungeon pin and she gets another hashtag here. The kid moves 2 steps towards a target. And then shoot. So I was discussing a lot about this yesterday for those who have seen, and the AI says that if there are 2 equally possible paths, they choose the one most clockwise. In this case, actually, it's not even it's not even they're not even equally long, so that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Otherwise, it could do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, they're equally long. But anyway, it goes into the high one. There is because it's most clockwise. I don't know why I'm calling it the high one. So actually, the baby goes straight into the fire and dies. So Floppy is the only guardian with fire, and this is why I wanted to try it a few times, because so yesterday was the first time I did it with the automa, because it becomes a bit more relevant how you set the movement when choosing 2 different paths actually makes the difference between surviving and dying. I'm alright with automa and monsters being stupid and getting themselves into the fire, because they have a lot of other advantages in the game. They never have to rest, and their actions are actually pretty strong. So I think this works fine. I'm just trying to avoid that there are ambiguities in which you are not sure whether they will choose something different instead of doing that. Alright, and that was Isolde. By the way, if anybody has anything to say, you can write me on Discord for questions, and I will notice here a notification and will try to answer. Jessica is doing again the eating townfolk, so she will move towards an encounter pin. The closest one is this one here in terms of steps. This will be 3 steps, and this is only 2 steps. So she goes here, she flips this. If she had less than 8 HP, she would get 2, right? And she gets 1 hashtag. And now we have Clayton. Right, so Clayton is gonna start going for the Kabula pretty soon. So he moves 3 steps in a random direction, and we hope it doesn't go closer to the thing. Yeah, so south. So it goes 1. Then it cannot keep going, and going here will be 3, so it cannot go in the same direction. The first allowed clockwise is actually back up. So 1, 2, this is again not possible, so this is 3 steps in a random direction. And then I'm sure that Isolde still has most of her life, so he will lose 1 HP and get another hashtag here. So instead of getting him another hashtag, I will just flip the card. And I will modify something here to say like about the additional movement to get the Kabula, so he can always do the same. But yeah, that is his new goal from now on will be getting the Kabula 3 steps at a time, which means probably 1, 2, 3. Yeah, in 2 rounds he will get the Kabula. He always used the same action, which is something that, by the way, happens when you have a 50% distribution. Yeah, so you haven't seen the other one in which he gets brains, and he needs the brains to use his defense. So this is actually the first time I played with Clayton, and he doesn't have brains to use. It will mean that he's stealing the Kabula much earlier than usual, but also that he will be weaker. Probably we'll have a shorter early game and a longer end game. Alright, we finished this one again, and we have Wind of Fire. Floppy moves 1 space in a random direction, that's 1 fire there. Northwest. So he cannot move here. The first allowed direction is northeast. And all fire on the island moves 1 space in the same direction. Yeah, I will consider the new direction, the one in which Floppy moved. It's totally ambiguous, the most ambiguous. So this would go outside of the map anyway and be discarded. Fire goes here. Here. This hits Isolde, which means she loses 1 HP. So if you're on automa, which clearly cannot happen, it's just a pain being hit by fire. When you're a player, at least you get you can recharge 1 part when this happens. And this is out of the map as well. Interesting. So Floppy has a few cards which like deliver a massive amount of fire. We haven't seen them yet today. And all the fire is above there. So you have a couple of rounds to get a Familia. I would have been happier with the nice Wild Wheelie there, but I guess I'll try to go for the Ferrectoclimber before it's too late. So I'm gonna spend lags. Oh no, I know what is gonna happen. Oh, but also I'm gonna die. Possibly it's the best if I die, so I can... All the pins are here. Probably try to die and that's it. Come on, let's see what that does. Is fine. So I move to this thing here. I remove it. Since we are in this red area, we get the Ferrectoclimber. The Ferrectoclimber will play before me in the tracker. So sometimes the tracker is more crowded. In this case, I don't really care about where things are. We'll place the new one. I had this yesterday, the plutonium bar. Gonna get the Ferrectoclimber in here, and we're gonna place these parts to create the HP bar of the Ferrectoclimber, which was butt, teeth, and guts. I think I will double check again. Yeah, this wouldn't be a bad combination for me. Yeah. Now he's gonna act straight away, and I'm quite scared about what he could do because I don't think he could. Oh. So the worst thing that could possibly happen. So he's doing some recto climbing. Move 2 steps towards target, then attack. And target spends 2 parts or gets 3 nausea. Now, can I spend 2 parts? No, because I have only 1 part there. So I will get 3 nausea. No, 3, it's fine. So I have 4 nausea. Well, I have 2 HP, so it's not that this is a massive difference. I'm gonna die anything, like whatever happens to me. And I can recharge at least 1 part. Should I try to kill it at this stage? Not to kill it, to at least... yeah, I'm not super happy with that, to be fair. But, okay. Oh no, sorry, I cannot even do that. So I will not recharge this. I will recharge another legs. what an awful thing. It's pretty. So the Ferrectoclimber is removed from the board. Return it to the target space on its next turn or when the target dies. So the Ferrectoclimber is inside my rack. Great. Let's place it here to make sure that I remember what this means. So this doesn't end my turn. Provoking a monster doesn't end my turn, and then the monster plays, but it's still my turn. I could provoke another monster, or I could try to die, which would be the best thing I can do before basically I die anyway. Okay, if I provoke another monster, I will probably die anyway. Ah, but then I wouldn't end my turn. Yes, actually dying during your turn ends your turn. So if I do 1, 2, 3. So I go towards Jessica. I spend 2 legs for this. And I provoke the plutonium bar. So, okay, it's good that there is some space there. This goes before me here. And we place a plutonium bar, which is here and here. The plutonium bar has teeth, legs, 1, 2, free guts. If it was an obvious, guts is the most common resource in the island. And we place them here as its HP bar. And then we roll, well, we flip a coin would be, is going to do tail. So attack all up to 2 spaces away, push is an atomic earthquake. So I'm not gonna die, which is not exactly what I hoped for. Since I'm the next in the tracker, I'm the first one to be pushed. And I will be pushed south, which means I would end up in the water, which means I would get another nausea. And I can recharge another part. And then Jessica is pushed northwest, which means nothing happens to her. She's totally chill. This is more than 2 spaces away, so this is it. It's my turn again. Well, I'm gonna attack at this stage, why not? So I'm gonna spend this. I can roll for aim only once because I'm on the same space, so I cannot use my power. So it's an attack of 1, roll aim. 1 on the brain. I have no bonus. My bonus is on the teeth. Doesn't have any passive defense on it. I only inflict 1 damage and I will get the teeth. And this ends my turn, but I'm not on the same space as Jessica, so I do not get another hashtag. Okay, after this is Isolde. Do we have kids around? We have no kids around yet. We will have 1. So she spawns 1 and then 2 steps towards a dungeon pin, and this is it. So she spawned 1 here. 2 steps towards a dungeon pin means 1, 2. She goes here, right? Let's see. That will be for this one here. Will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. For this one here, she will definitely go higher up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's the same from the inside. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, since they are the same distance, but this one, so they are the same distance from the Kabula. So the criteria is you start from the north direction and then proceed clockwise. So she would actually go towards the other one. So she's going into this direction towards the thing. Oh wait, we have the Desert Eagle as next monster here. Not here, here in the ridge area. Okay. Now we have Jessica. Two bats, we haven't encountered this today yet, but basically she draws cards from the common item deck until she finds an armor type she does not have. She doesn't have any armor right now, so any armor type will do fine. Perfect. First so she started with no defense, but from now on, when she's hit in the guts, she's gonna block 1. And Clayton, we said he already flipped this, so it's just gonna move 3 steps towards the Kabula. 1, 2, and 3. And we have another round. The island protects itself. Sometimes remove all fire from any space with a river as 1 or more of its sides. All heroes and monsters on this kind of space gets attacked with a push. Could just say get pushed. So the rivers are wherever you see these lines like that. So this one is removed and Floppy will be pushed. It's not removed, this is removed. And there's no other fire. So Clayton will be pushed. I will be pushed, and the plutonium bar will be pushed. Jessica's not pushed. And Flop is pushed. We do these things in run, since, well, Flop initiates the action, so we start after that. So the plutonium bar is the first one to be pushed. Pushed south, even the plutonium bar gets 1 nausea. Then we have myself. South, I get 1 nausea. Can I just flip to one of my... yeah. So this one becomes a 3. I have 6 nausea. That's perfect. Jessica is not pushed. Clayton is pushed. Clayton is pushed north, nothing happens to him. This is because he's just crossing a simple line. So something happens whenever you cross weird things. And Floppy is pushed north, he gets 1 nausea. Alright, and this was Floppy's card. And now we have the Ferrectoclimber, which we had forgotten but was inside my ass. It's gonna spawn back here and be ready to enter again if triggered to do so. So let's roll its thing. It's a bot. I mean it is. So I am the preferential target. I cannot spend 2 things, so I'm gonna get the other 3 nausea. The Ferrectoclimber is gonna sneak back in. And I'm gonna recharge 1 part here. Then we have the plutonium bar. It's gonna do head. Is an atomic earthquake. Since of the position, this is not gonna kill me. I will need to die though, otherwise I'm dead for the game. How do I do that? Or not. Well, okay. Really have no idea. Let's see. So we said that the plutonium bar is pushing, well, myself first. South, I get another nausea. Yes, I shouldn't even get them at this stage, Jessica is pushed as well. Northwest, so she would end up here, so this time she does get nausea too. And that's it, nobody else is around. It's my turn. The only thing I can do at this stage. Does the plutonium bar does have 1 nausea as well, right? Yes. So I'm gonna use my attack again. I'm pretty sure I'm not playing well. I should have rested at some point and that was it. So I'm rolling for aim. Is in the guts. So it's in the guts. Before attack, all up to 1 space away gets 1 nausea, and the plutonium bar loses 1 extra health. So I am gonna get no, okay, so this like the thing is only losing it, so let's just remove this from it and that's it. Then I'm attacking for 1, so, well, actually I should get the nausea first, but then my attack will arrive, and since it has a nausea, I will get 2 of its parts instead of 1. And the other thing was getting 1 nausea. So I get another nausea and Jessica gets another nausea. It's totally pointless that I'm getting these nauseas, especially considering the amount of HP I have. Then we have Isolde. Before she plays, the kid is gonna play. She has an immediate target here, so it's gonna do 2 steps to go as close as possible. This is 1, 2, 3. This would be 1, 2, 3, but heroes have priority over guardians when they are at the same distance. So he's gonna shoot Clayton with an attack of 2 roll aim. Actually, rolling aim in this case, it's a bit unnecessary. But Clayton has no brain, so he cannot defend himself. He's just gonna lose 2. This is gonna be a carnage. This means that he will steal the Kabula and die. Well, I mean, yeah, I don't know. Let's see. The nice thing with the automa is that you don't really know what happens. And then, what else are you doing, Isolde? Oh, you're spawning another baby. And then moving 2 steps towards a dungeon pin. The rest is the description of what she does. 1, 2. So, and this is the one above because it's more clockwise. Having 2 babies on the same space, of course, makes it a bit easier, so you know that they move together and they do things together. So Jessica is doing her thing in which she moves 4 steps towards the nearest encounter pin. And actually this is exactly 4 steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, so the 3 steps there. She flips this. And she gets another hashtag. Since she already had 3, she would just flip this to the other side, and she's ready as well to get the Kabula. And Clayton is gonna get the Kabula, and that's it. So he goes there. He gets the Kabula. And this triggers the fight with the Herald. So we flip this. We can move this around a bit. So it's the same as when we spawn, we provoke a monster. So Flop is gonna play right before Clayton. It's gonna interrupt Clayton's turn. It's gonna do the 2 heads 1. Interesting. Is overthrow the alpha, so he's not gonna attack Clayton. Gonna move 4 steps in random direction, placing 1 fire in each space entered. So, and this is 1. So 4 spaces random direction, which is southwest, which is here. So 1, 2, 3, and then the first clockwise is actually back. So it's gonna do 1, 2, 3, and then back here 4. This is its path, and then move to the hero with the most HP and place there 3 fire. So whoever shares the space with the hero with the most, it's definitely not myself. May well be Isolde. 10, 8, sorry. And he has 2. Yeah, so it's gonna be Isolde. Nobody's sharing Isolde's space, which is, well, I mean, it's good for the others. It's unfortunately the kids were not there. So he would release 3 parts there. which means removing 3 HP. She has no nausea. This cannot be blocked in any way, so that's just it. Alright, and then Clayton can use his action, which is head. It's a plastic straw. We'll move 3 steps toward, but it's the same effect of the plastic straw, the weapon that you can get. Move 3 steps towards target, then attack. Target spends brain or loses 2 HP. So the target of Clayton is pretty obviously the Guardian floppy, so I will go there. He clearly doesn't have any brain to spend, so he will just lose how many? 2 HP. It has 1 nausea, so he's gonna lose 3 HP. Now, the Kabula, yeah, the Kabula would get a bonus to this one, since this is a damage, the little sword, but not this one. So the bonuses are applied to wherever you see the sword icon. So, and after his turn, we start again from our best friend. But again, that may just kill me. That is an awful thing for this thing. Oh my god! Now I have to hope it just gets in my butt again. I can't believe it. This is just awful. So now it's a low bite. Moves 2 steps towards the target. Then attack with an attack of 2. So I'm clearly the target. It attacks with an attack of 2. I have no defense whatsoever, and I have all of this nausea. So I am dead. I should have seen this coming. I should have rested. I will blame on the thing that I was doing all this description of what's happening to you guys. So I totally lost. What we could do is checking who would win at this stage. I don't know if it makes any sense. So let's say that I'm doing it. If it's too bad, I'm gonna crop the video and not post it on YouTube. But I'm gonna try it. It's cool to see what happens, I guess. Well, Isolde should win. She has 2 kids there already. Come on, how can she lose? The next one on the on the tracker here is the plutonium bar, which I wanted to make my familiar, and I totally failed. Which is doing its radioactive beam. Move 2 steps in a random direction. Northeast. I cannot go only 2 steps, so the first one is 1, 2, and then attacks up to 4 spaces away. 2 only active defense applies. Only active defense applies means that I cannot block by them. They are both the same distance, but the hero is the one who's attacked first, so Jessica will lose 2 HP, and since she has 2 nausea, she will actually lose 4. What am I doing? Alright, and then that's me dead. Super sad. Isolde has the kids. So I will move them one at a time, but mostly because I'm considering Clayton will die. That's 1, 2. Well, in any case, it will be 1, 2. And is an attack of 2 roll aim against Clayton. Since Clayton has the Kabula, I would consider, it's not written, but I would consider that you have to flip the coin no matter what, and if it's tail, it's erased. Otherwise the Kabula is not really powering up that much. So it's not erased anyway. Damage of 2, he's dead. So the Kabula is dropped on the space where Clayton is dead. And the first hero or guardian playing a turn there get it. So clearly the kid doesn't do it. The second kid right now would attack the guardian. So it's an attack of 2, roll aim. Where's the... In the legs, nothing happens in the legs, so it's 2, and with a nausea 3. So 1, 2, 3. And now he sold the place. Since he sold the place, she gets this for her. And now she will have also bonus +3 when she attacks, but gonna roll. But that's not what should have happened. So she does head. Oh, sorry, I didn't flip the card. Clearly they're doing the thing of the no Kabula. She's using her Brittany Spear. Move 2 steps towards target, she's already there. And attack up to 2 spaces away, 3 roll aim. The 3 with this Kabula here is a 6. So 6 roll aim, she's gonna inflict 1 nausea if she hits in the guts. There are 2 guts in the die. But it's the legs. We saw before the legs doesn't do anything. So she's doing 6 and 1, 7. And that's Isolde's turn done. Then we have Jessica. We have to roll 2 dice for Jessica. Two heads. I think it's the same as before. Yeah, it's an attack of 3. And she will heal 1. And it's 4 steps. Can she reach Isolde in 4 steps? I think she can. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So an attack of 3 roll aim. In the teeth. No defense in the teeth. So she loses 3. Jessica heals by 3 by being a cannibal. And now we have again Floppy, and let's see. So I don't know if it's obvious, but the automa are working in a different way than monsters. Monsters just choose their target based basically on distance and whether they're a hero or not, or if they have the Kabula have priority. Automa are slightly smarter. Guardians as well, like, would attack anything on the map. It doesn't matter if it's something like, if there is a wild monster, they would attack the wild monster if it's the closest one, although often it's not the smartest thing for them. Automa do not do that. Like, an automa with the Kabula will attack the guardian, and automas with no Kabula will attack only the hero or guardian who has the Kabula. So they will try to win the game. Have I rolled? I don't think I have. Yeah. So, well, it's 2 heads. So it's again the one in which she attacks. Oh no, first is 4 steps in 4 steps, 4 spaces. Oh no, that is the one that has to be changed. Yeah, it was 4 spaces. Random direction. Southeast. Ah, I hoped the kid would die. I just like seeing those kids dying. There's nothing wrong with that, right? So is 1, 2, and then first 3 and 4. I'm seeing, like, I think many people will die soon anyway. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then she's going to the hero with the most HP, but surprise, surprise, they are on the same space. So he's gonna release a free fire on the space and fire damage attacks anybody on the space. So let's go in well, following the round order anyways. He sold first. So it's free, so she remains with 1. Let's remain, this is not blockable. And that is not it. That is it. This will be free, but with the 2 nausea, it's 5. Alright. Clayton is dead. We have the Ferrectoclimber, who's going to move 2 steps towards target, so not enough to do anything, but we'll go there. And then we have the plutonium bar. Ooh, don't tell me it's gonna change how the game ends, but most likely it will. So it moves 2 steps in a random direction. Okay, let's see. It depends in which direction it goes. I guess it could go much farther than northeast. So 1, and then we'll go here. I think. Oh no! I will kill the. It will attack the Ferrectoclimber. Then 2 only active defense applies. So it's the Ferrectoclimber, and I think he's just dead. Because, oh no, it never lost any HP, so it still has 1. I didn't manage to attack it at all. That was the biggest mistake I made, was spawning the Ferrectoclimber. I should have rested and then gone for the Wild Willy. Or I should have gone buying something decent instead of trying to fight with what I had. And now we have Isolde. Isolde may well win the game. Before Isolde, the 2 kids will attack. Ooh, sorry. Now I'm looking at this because I actually think that what should happen is this. They should move because they always try to do the movement. So 1, 2. And this will die in the flames. So they would keep moving until it doesn't change the distance with the thing, and they will do this so clockwise. So this would be the distance, like the direction. And the second one goes here. So the second one is safe and is attacking by 2 roll aim. Thief. Before attack, an attacker on the same space will lose 2 HP, but they're not on the same thing, so we'll lose 2, and since it has 1 nausea, we'll lose 3. What have I done? Okay, if Isolde doesn't win because of the kid moving into the flames, it's gonna be bad. Had is again the Brittany Spear. Okay, then I don't really see any. Oh, I actually see something bad that could happen. So move 2 steps toward target, is already there. Attack up to 2 spaces away. 3, which becomes a 6 roll aim. If it's Thief, she's dead anyway. Guts. Okay. I don't remember. This is an after attack effect, so it doesn't matter. So she kills Floppy and wins the game. Right. Woohoo! I died very badly. I think I do prefer this version with the automa cards going for the Kabula a bit more aggressively. It's I mean, I had only 5 turns to power up, but I think it's really my fault I didn't. I mean, I shouldn't have allowed to have, what is that, 9 nausea? 11. Yeah, so there was definitely something wrong in the way I played. Yeah, that's it. So thanks for watching, for those who watched. We'll keep posting these things. We are doing now a lot of work on the graphics, so right now is a bit up in the air. but we have to add 5 masters. The items are already all added, and we have to polish a bit some of the guardians, but yeah, things are going pretty well. So, oh yeah, and I have no battery. So thanks for watching, and see you next time.